Hi, this is Dee at Aloha Astro, and today we're taking a look at a new moon in the fixed Earth sign of Taurus. It is April the 30th, 2022. That new moon is occurring at 4:28 p.m., and there will also be a partial solar eclipse. So this is a very intense lunation. Let's take a look at the forecast that I've written for today. New moon and solar eclipse in the fixed Earth sign of Taurus, Saturday, April 30th, can bring you a fresh chance to elevate your perception of your self-worth, your prosperity consciousness, and your ability to give and receive love, as the moon joins the sun and Uranus in Taurus, forming a sextile aspect with Mars in Pisces. Venus, a planet of beauty, affection, desire, and money, is the planet which rules Taurus, and in the pre-dawn hours today and tomorrow you can view Jupiter in Pisces, the planet of growth, optimism, and abundance, joining Venus in Pisces so closely that they will merge to appear as one large glowing planet in the sky. Nearby, Neptune in Pisces adds inspiration, healing, and miraculous blessings to the benevolence of the Venus-Jupiter conjunction. In the zodiac chart wheel, Taurus rules the second house of money, values, and self-worth. So no matter which house this Taurus lunation and eclipse visits in your own natal chart, expect to seek and find steady increase and improvement in those house interests for several months, because the revelation and activation of a solar eclipse can be felt for quite a while. The month of April began with a new moon and ends with a second black new moon, followed by Beltane on Sunday, May 1st, so make the most of the power of the collective consciousness focused on new beginnings at this fruitful time of the year as you set intentions or celebrate. The Taurus and Pisces planets reminded me of the Wizard of Oz story, where Dorothy, the lion, the scarecrow, and the Tin Man journeyed to the Emerald City to ask the Great Oz for something they each desired, only to learn that they already had what they sought. It is possible this new moon and eclipse will show you that anything you desire is already within you. Emerald is the gemstone which belongs to Taurus, and green is the color of the heart chakra. Envision and breathe in green light that fills you from head to toes, and as you exhale, see it expand all around you, as far as you can imagine, maybe even around the entire Earth and to the moon and back. Let's take a look at the Sabian symbol. Oh, let's look at the chart first and see what we have going on in the sky. So we still have a bowl chart going on, and it's been this way for a while, and until we start having the faster moving planets break away and head into Gemini, Cancer, Leo, into these empty spots where they begin to create space here, we're going to be having this locomotive of energy. And in a bowl chart, the planets that you see on the edges of the bowl are going to hold some extra importance. It didn't even occur to me while I was writing my forecast that Mercury's done a little shift here. It's left Taurus and now it's in Gemini. So we have the added imagination and open-mindedness of a curious, flexible, adaptable air sign. And that can also help you toward manifesting something new at this new moon, that you are open to possibilities and that maybe you're a little bit more lighthearted about things that are heavy or weighing on you in your life now. This is definitely a lighter Mercury placement. And we still have some seriousness going on with Saturn forming squares to Uranus. It's falling out of that square now. We have 10 degrees difference there, so it's not as intense as it has been. And then we have a square here to Mercury, and also that's going to be making you aware that changes are happening, whether you choose to make them happen or whether they're happening and you're having to deal with them, but changes in the air, and there's work involved. And it is time for some new foundations and new ways of thinking and being. as Saturn is in Aquarius. And this keeps a lot uncertain in society as a whole, because Capricorn can rule the structures and the government, and Aquarius is future-oriented and also has interest in larger groups, including the consciousness of society as a whole and humanity as a whole. So a lot of unpredictability in those areas right now. And the main thing is to consider your own self, and then if there are things that really impact you personally, perhaps it is time to be more active and contribute your voice and opinion to things. Perhaps political activism. If you've not been active before, it could be a time to be seen and be heard. Here we've got the moon and the sun, and that sextile to Mars. And this is very fruitful. Definitely bodes well for a new beginning, doing something entirely different, or having a new perspective. And the Pisces energy elevates everything, because Pisces is concerned with beauty, healing, inspiration. It is a mutable, adjustable, adaptable water sign. So we have an entire sea of potential in front of us, basically. And it is up to you what you wish to nurture and grow and produce in this very fruitful season. The Taurus season always brings abundance in nature. It can bring abundance in your own life if you pay attention and put your heart energy into things, because of the Venus rulership of the sign of Taurus. Let's take a look at the Sabian symbol and see what we have going on with that. So we round up to 11 degrees. A woman watering flowers in her garden. Keynote: development of the powers of the mind on which ego consciousness is based. The psycho-mental nature of a human being takes form out of the fulfillment and transcendence of biological functions and drives, much as the bud appears as the sap rises and bursts forth into bloom. As the roots, so the flowers, is an old axiom. The consciousness attaches itself to this wondrous efflorescence. It lavishes its attention upon it. It's love. Alas, usually a possessive kind of love. This is my garden. Thus the ego develops. It may develop in a negative, resentful way if a belated frost destroys the buds. That's an interesting thought. This is the first stage of the 9th sequence of phases, a sequence that basically refers to the overall situation related to the development of the ego. The key word here is cultivation. What that brings up for me is frost is not something that we can always have a control over, and it can prevent or delay growth. So they're comparing this to negativity. I would look at frost as being very Saturn. And of course, in the current transits, we have to deal with Saturn and the fact that it's not receiving a great deal of support. So we can literally create our own frost or our own negativity in the resistance to change. And change right now is definitely supported by all the nurturing energy and the growth and flow in the water and earth signs, the Pisces and Taurus placements. So it really is up to each individual as to where they're going to place their attention and their love and what they wish to cultivate in their life. All right, I think that's it. There's nothing else that's really coming to mind for me. It's really a rather succinct new moon. Get ready to grow. Get ready to pay attention to the things that you desire so that you see them grow. And don't be afraid of changes. There is a powerful mind over matter aspect pattern here with Mercury in Gemini, Pluto in Capricorn, and the Jupiter, Venus, Neptune conjunction. So you can change your path, you can change your mind, you can make things better while you have the supportive energy of the majority of the planets that are in the sky right now. Take care, stay safe until we get into the full moon at the next lunation in May.